So you guys, I just want to tell you this. Yesterday it was minus 19 degrees Celsius. Or no, Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit with an F. Minus 19 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know. Do the math. It's cold here. Very, very cold here. So I thought, what a better time to sit back, and we also had a Christmas party I had to go to, so loved it, had a ton of fun, met someone that well, I've known her for a while, but anyway, soap is a big deal now. We have a whole new line of soap in our 1111dex.com shop. I'm so excited. So much to tell you guys. But we're going to be talking today about little Summer Moon Utah Wells, who never leaves our heart no matter what. She's always in our heart. And, I'm in the middle of everything. I get home. We're safe. We're warm in the house. Finally warm. And I'm starting to do my housework and pack up other orders and so forth. And in the background, I'm playing true crime stuff on Summer Wells. And at some point, I hear Hunter come on an interview with his dad. So this is an older interview, about a year old. So from about 2024, I would guess. And I'm still doing my thing, and I can hear it playing in the background. And then he says that he didn't leave. He didn't leave till 3:30. And he even is going to go in, you're going to hear it with your own ears. He's going to go into detail about why he knows it was 3:30. And he actually has something that he's gauging the time on, which is the PO that comes to his house. So this is wild because it's all about 3:30. We have so much to talk about when it comes to 3:30 on June 15th of 2021, the very day that little Summer Moon Utah Wells was reported missing. 3:30 consistently pops up. It's like the universe is trying to tell us something. So welcome to 1111 True Crime. I missed all of you. I've been hibernating legitimately. But I just want to say thank you so much to my replay crew out there. You guys, that's my heart blowing up with, lots of love. You guys have been hyping me up as well as in our live. Thank you. I appreciate all that you do. As you probably know, a lot of us little small-time creators are not able to survive any longer on YouTube, but that's what separates us from those that are doing it for the clicks and the views, and those that are just doing it because it's in our DNA to find out what in the world happened to these babies and these missing people. And so I do have a shop. It is called 1111dex.com. We don't just have decks of cards. We also have all kinds of wonderful things. And I just added a whole new lineup of beautiful, amazing goat's milk soap. And I'm going to tell you right now that is something that it's amazing. I'm going to be sending a few little samples out for free in the next orders so that y'all, because it's like a good addiction. You're like, oh, finally, the solution to having really soft hands. You can use it everywhere, though. I used it last night on my face, and I woke up and I was like, okay, this is incredible. So, hold on just a minute. But back to Summer Moon Utah Wells, and the timeline of 3:30 keeps coming up, right? When I say 3:30, what does that bring up to you guys in the Summer Wells case? What does it make you think of? Allison, hello. How's everybody doing today? Are y'all staying warm? House Music's here. Good to see you. Carla, thank you again so much for the snooper chat on PayPal. That was so heartwarming, and the message. Aw, thank you, lovely. Nikki UK Thank you for the Christmas present for me and the boys on the Snooper Chat on PayPal. I've just been very, very blessed. Thank you, Jennifer Swain, for all that you've been doing. You are incredible and amazing. All of you that help support me. It really does. It allows me to continue to do what I love on YouTube, whether we make money or not, doesn't matter. We get to do what we love, and also I love the shop. So, hey Kimberly, hello, hello. Hi user LK5TF5IT9X. Hello, how are you? Hi Eddie, how are you? Whoa, chat's flying. Sue Lawson, hello, lovely. Good to see you as well. Rach is in the house, and Nikki UK is here. Debbie Gazzardo, good to see my beautiful people. And Jennifer Swain. I'm sure Greeneville will be on replay, or she'll be here soon. Either way, I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you so much. And Nikki got her wrench, so that's awesome. Hi, Shauna. Hey, Deb. How are you? Jan Funk. Oh my golly. I just want to say that if you haven't been over to Jan's channel, she did a special Mama D thing on the Jay Slater case. And there's a lot of you that miss me on the Jay Slater case. I've been watching Wax and I've been watching the breakdown. And I do have something to say on Jay Slater. But it will be my own opinion only, and it will be coming out soon. I just want to get my mind wrapped around all of it for a little bit, and then come out and talk about what I feel, what I'm seeing, and I miss you all so much that are on that case. So Tishamas is here. Hello, my beautiful, and welcome back. But Jan, you did such an incredible job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you guys, so let's talk about this timeline. Nina is here. Good to see you, lovely. And if I didn't say hello, hello to you, my beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. I always appreciate all of you. All right, so what does 3:30 mean to you guys? Is there a link for the store? Yes. What does right up here? Right up here. And actually, Rachel also just pinned it for you guys. Oh, I opened it. I could show you the soap, too. We'll do that another time. I want to stay on Summer Wells. Everything seems to rotate right around that time frame. So if you look at the Summer Wells video or the snapshot, the infamous video, that's a whole, 13 seconds, and it's never left my mind. 13 seconds of Summer being 5 years old in a jogging suit in the middle of June in Tennessee, where it's hot as hell, and she's leaning up against milk jugs, and she just looks in distress. Not that she's passed away. I've heard people say that when you pass away, your mouth opens, that your eyes open a lot. And so I can't say she's quite passed away, but does she look in distress? A lot of us feel that she looks in trouble physically. Like there's something unsettling about this whole video. And it's only 13 seconds. And we have somebody in the front seat riding as a passenger that says no, and that's all we get. But it just doesn't sound like Grandma. But it could be. But it doesn't sound like her. But that time frame, that happens at 3:09. And we've had a lot of people that have done the research and know that that was about 2 minutes out from Ben Hill. That they were just about to be home. Like 2 minutes or less, and they're going to be at the house. So that's a timestamp that puts Candace and Summer at 3:09, about 2 minutes away from the house. So if that happened at 3:09, but then, like you're going to hear, Hunter himself assure us, and he seems adamant about it, that the time was 3:30. His dad even says, thought it was 2:30, buddy. He's like, no, it was 3:30. Okay? And then he tells us why. You'll hear. So that would put Hunter somewhere in this mix. Because, and we can see that as the camera pans, there's nobody in the back seat with Summer. So where the hell is Hunter then? I'm confused. Do you feel me? If at 3:09, it's somebody in the front seat, Candace, and then Summer in the back, but there's nobody with her, where's Hunter if at 3:30 he's claiming that he's on Ben Hill Road? This gets wild. He also says, yeah, Dawn was there. Dawn Wells was there by 3:30. He clarifies, yes, he went to work in the morning and he took the boys, but he came home much earlier than he says. And that Hunter is going to tell us that Dawn Wells is the reason that Hunter's leaving at 3:30. Really takes everything that Dawn and Kansas have said, and it's like, psh, because that is not at all what the narrative's ever been. So it really throws a wrench in the mathematics of the narrative. Let me move a cord I got right in front of my screen. Passion Flower says, when my husband passed at home, he did not open his eyes or mouth. His feet were not black, and he didn't have the last signs of death. Hospice said sometimes it's peaceful. That is true. That is true. I know it's true because of your husband. But I was just now remembering when my best friend's mom passed away. I was the first one I was the second one in the room. The daughter was the first, and she came straight out. And she's like, go check Mom. I don't think she's okay. And I went and checked, and her mouth was closed, and she had passed. Huh. You are right on that. Thank you, Passion Flower. Love you, honey. Sorry that you've lost your husband. I'm glad it was peaceful. Hey, Deb. Exactly where was Hunter? Okay, so I'm trying to get my head around this, and I can't, so you guys are going to help me out. I hope. Hey, Nikki UK, my gorgeous, and thank you again. That rocked my world this morning. I was like, ah, just big smiles, just really was awesome. James Moen, hello, lovely. Like 63. Y'all, we have over 200 here. There better be more than 63 likes, or I'll just keep talking for days. Good vibes only. Thank you, lovely, for the snooper chat. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Aw, love to all the mods. That is true. Y'all, my private eye girls, my mods, they are more than just mods. They are family to me. They are friends to me, like in my daily life. And we don't have drama. We don't have any drama. We are supportive of each other. And the blessing of how wonderful they are it's just amazing. It's something to say thankful for, to be thankful for every day. Hey, Marky, welcome back. Glad to see you. Welcome back, lovely. Nana Rocks is she's like 64 on the thumbs up. I just got here. Callie in the house. You from California? I bet it's warmer there than it is here. Mary Malone, we haven't even, you haven't missed much. We're just getting started, darling. We're just getting started. Let's get started. Let's talk about this. So we have this picture down here, 3:30 Hunter. Y'all, do you remember what 3:30 thing comes to mind for you? What 3:30? James, you're so cool. Thank you, honey. It's sunny but cooler days here. Oh, you shush up, Nana Rocks. It ain't cool there. It ain't cool, baby. I'm at negative whatever. I've got icicles this far. Well, I can't even show you. I have icicles hanging off my house. I look like some sort of Christmas tree. It's absolutely death-defyingly freezing out there. You're warm no matter what your temperature is if you're in California. Hi, Mary. Hi. Cell phones. Okay, thank you. Let me get my handy-dandy little profiler notebook out. By the way, I sell these in the shop. Love them because I can pop them open, move stuff around, put it in different orders. All right, you got something on my phone. Let's see. Phones. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. That's right. Jenny's right. Cell phones. So Don Wells alleged that him and Grandma and Candace all turned their phones over to the Popo. And the Popo handed them back and said, all right, we're done. We're good. You can have your phones back. Hunter never got his phone back. Hunter was the only one that never got his phone back. Everybody else got their phone back. Not Hunter. Hunter says he never got his phone back. But Candace and Don and Grandma, according to Don Wells, got their phone back. Now, Donnie claims that their phones were all wiped. And that's not how the police do it. I'm wondering if Donnie's the kind of thought process was like, hey, let's all reset our phones and pull, a Stern, right? Thinking it would work. Anyway, their phones were wiped and it was from 3:30 on. So there's that 3:30 time frame over here flashing like a big pink elephant in the room, right? 3:30, 3 phones deleted. Why 3:30? I just thought of another one. I got to write it down. Ronnie Lawson. Okay, I don't want to lose that thought, but yes. Lurking Brave Hunter is gang affiliated, allegedly. He literally says he is. So I think with his words here, he's about to prove that he was on that hill at 3:30. But you guys tell me what you think, but it sounds like it. That's right, 233. Well, I've got 245, but a lot of us here, so hit that like. I want to say thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hypes. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Is the time Don usually comes home at 3:30 from work, doesn't he, in your opinion? That is one thing I have heard over and over again, including Don Wells stating he came home usually around 3:30. But he alleged that because the family wasn't going to be home, he didn't want to be home alone. As if the boys weren't with him. No, that's another one. I didn't even have that one down, Nikki. You did good. You did really good. I thought I had them all. Has Hunter come up live anywhere? Not in a long time. This is about a year-old video I'm going to share. Hi, Kylie's. Kylie's, honey, I want to talk to you about your order, all of you. Just so you know, holiday shipping has slowed down the USPS, and I'm talking to a snail's pace. So it's not just one order that's very delayed. It's everybody's. You are reaching me through my email that is at the store. That I don't go through my personal email, just so you know. I use a store email, and I'm answering you, and I'm tracking your packages, even though we mailed them out on time, like straight away, within 48 hours of your order getting placed. I had it out there like Amazon Quick, man. Okay, but I can't change customs, and I can't change how it works. And I know international is severely delayed. So, like I told you, I can't guarantee that it's going to come by Christmas. Even I said that back in November. Now this year, it's like everybody decided to online shop. So it's going to take them a little bit, but I am seeing all the products are moving. I'm tracking them and they're moving, and that's all we can do is patience. But again, thank you for the order. It will get to you. Lurking Brave. Hello, lovely. Hunter was recently in a psych ward, allegedly, and I feel insanely coming. I do know that he went through some psychological issues, and that I think I saved a little clip about the reaction he had on the day he got home. So his dad asked him, I hope I have it, his dad, Andy, asked him, we'll call him Andrew, asked Hunter about grandma and mom, Allie, saying that when Hunter came back from that day, they went into his room and he was rocking back and forth and unresponsive to them, almost like in shock or something. And Hunter explains that it was because he had had so much to drink and that it caused him to get the shakes. And I'm like, I thought you had one twisted tea. And since when would drinking too much give you the shakes? Unless you hadn't drank enough and you're an alcoholic and you're going through detox, you can get the shakes. Or if something very traumatic happens, it can cause an adrenaline surge that'll cause you to just start shaking uncontrollably. So I do find that very interesting. Nana Rock says, my ex was a painter and they and the drywallers only work 6 hours on a good day. I called the local bar the office. I feel you, I get it. Hey, Tony AG. Marlene C. said Candace called her at 4:37 p.m. and told her Summer was missing for 30 minutes. Hey, Nina, but who knows if Candace was even being honest to her. Good to see you, lovely. Everything is 30 minutes with Candace. Yeah, unless it's 2 minutes, right? Then it's, yeah. Totally, Kylie. I know, right? It's all good. It's the busiest time. I just wanted you to know that it's not Mama D. I ship out straight away, always. Liam says, just see your reply saying my order has been shipped. Don't worry about the delay, standard this time of the year. Truly, truly, I always ship out right away. And I always do a wonderful job packaging everything so that you feel like a king or a queen when you open your package. I always throw a couple of gifts in there, or at least a gift in there. Just some love. Y'all, not even half of you like me. Really? I'll give you a minute to hit the like button, I promise. Well, Nikki K, he couldn't be shaking from drinking too much off of one twisted tea, right? So I think you're right. He had more than one twisted tea, in your opinion. I think you are right. Maybe Hunter got RAPED by Candace or something. Maybe he wasn't all that about Candace. I don't know. I know that sounds horrible, but I think she is a groomer. And worse. But that's my opinion. He could have been very scared. He could have seen something. What is a twisted tea? An alcoholic drink. It comes in a can. It's like a lemonade you can get, or a pink lemonade, but it's got alcohol. Aw. Lurkin Brave says, I'm getting impatient on authorities making arrests. I know. Where are the feds? Tony G says, what time did Candace call Ronnie Lawson and didn't get an answer because her daughter was at dance recital? Oh, Robin Lane. I put the wrong person's name in for RL. And I interpreted it as, what time did Candace call Ronnie Lawson and didn't get an answer because her daughter was at dance recital. So you're talking Robin Lane. I don't even know that time. I believe you, Kylie. You say, I don't think Candace has told the truth ever in this case. Right. I really believe that. Yeah, kind of like a Long Island iced tea. Don't ask what's in that. I don't know. Could he have been drugged by Candace? At this point, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they had the prescript right there. Lurking Brave. So you guys, for those of you that are newer to Summer's case, or maybe you just forgot, because I didn't remember it either, which I'm like, oh my God. Candace's firstborn son is crippled for life, allegedly, because of a very bad incident with a baseball bat while the child was under Candace's watch. Now, I don't have the finite details. Rumor has it that it was Candace that did something, but I'm just saying, it sounded horrific. It sounded like shocking. Low, 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 low. How low can you go? You're new to the channel, just subscribe and you hit the like button. Thank you, lovely. Laura says hello. From anyone that said hello to me, I'm in and out, and my daughter, is having this nasty flu. Well, I send healing energy with all my loving care to your daughter. I truly do. Yeah, something's weird on that whole thing is creepy with the way Candace was grooming him, and then I think followed through. Carolyn says not one of them has told the truth about anything in this case with this little angel, right? Okay. Either way, 3:30 or 4 is my opinion on maybe something happened around that time frame. Let's talk about things that happened real quick, and then we're going to get into... Okay, so let's start off with the phones, right? We talked about that. Phones all get deleted and cleaned off. So it wasn't a factory reset because it was just everything from 3:30 on was gone. So all messages from 3:30 on were gone, according to Dawn. Not just Candace's, but Donnie's and Grandma's, grandmother's too. You know, I gave Summer a peppermint, which was her favorite. Her phone got deleted too. All right, let's take a look at this. Listen to this.
Hunter, do you think Candace was up to no good using you as a so-called alibi?
A so-called alibi? I can only say that I was there till 3:30. So I was only with her until 3:30.
What? I was only there till 3:30. I can only say I was there till 3:30. Oh, it gets much more proven by what he says. I'm going to play it again. Listen close, my darling.
Hunter, do you think Candace was up to no good using you as a so-called alibi?
A so-called alibi? I can only say that I was there till 3:30. So I was only with her until 3:30. I don't get into politics.
I can only say I was there till 3:30. I was there till 3:30. I don't get in politics. And he's going to go on to continue to tell you how he knows it was 3:30. I just uploaded on my channel some actual raw EVPs. Oh, thank you, Kylie. Lola says, everyone is so nice and welcoming. Appreciate that. Well, wonderful, lovely. Lurking Brave is getting angry. I get it. This is a little girl that deserves the truth, whatever that may be. All right. You got one. You got one on my list. Lake House is in the house. You're going to get the goat because the tree trimmers are off work, right? 3:30, we're looking for 3:30. The tree trimmers are off work. If you don't know what the goat is, it's our mascot. And it's a screaming goat. So where did I have that done? Right here. Let me circle it. You guys, we still have a couple to go. But the tree trimmers are done with work. So at 3:09, Summer's on a video. We don't know if she's alive or not. She does not look healthy. The whole vibe is distress for me. Like everything just feels like something's very, very wrong at that point. And remember, Candace did get all weird at that Warrior's Path. Like she said everything turned into slow-mo. Okay. If Candace and Hunter what if Candace and Hunter and Grandma did go to Ben Hill earlier in the day, right after the prescript thing? Maybe they grabbed their groceries and went back to the hill. I just wonder if Hunter and Candace could have snuck down in the basement and locked the kids outside the house to kind of screw around. And then did Donnie come home? I'm just asking. Okay. So you're right. The tree trimmers all leave at 3:30. We've got all their phones get wiped at 3:30. And now we have Hunter saying he was there till 3:30. You're going to find out why he was there, or why he left.
Good using you as a so-called alibi.
A so-called alibi. I can only say that I was there till 3:30. So I was only with him till 3:30. I don't get into politics. I don't do politics.
That ain't politics, kid. They just want to know, do you think that she was trying to use you as an alibi? Like
no,
that?
I don't think so.
Alright.
No,
Now-
3:30.
3:30. So, yeah, I always thought it was 2:30 that you had to be home, kid. Well, yet again, I'm also going off of half-baked bullshit, too.
Yeah, it was 3:30 because my probation officer had to come check the house and try to catch me. Did they?
The reason he knows it was 3:30, so Andrew, his dad down here, just got done asking him and saying, I thought it was 2:30. I really thought it was 2:30. And Hunter says, no, it was 3:30, and I know because my PO was coming over to P-test me. And so that means that Hunter actually has a time reference for the first time in history that would suggest he knows exactly what time he left where. Left there. Where? Because it can't be Warrior's Path at 3:30. We already have Summer changed out of the swimsuit at 3:09 in the back of the car with Candace driving, where she doesn't look so hot. And that's 2 minutes out from Ben Hill. And so, if Hunter doesn't leave there till 3:30, that would have to mean, logically, that leave there is at Ben Hill. You follow me? Because at 3:09, Summer's on the milk cartons. We already know that timestamp is at 3:09. We know that's 2 minutes out from Ben Hill because of the landmarks that are going by. So, then, later, he's going to tell us that Donnie was home. That Don Wells was home. That's why Hunter had to leave. Ba-boom. Right? Let me see what you guys got going on here. Hey, Boogie Green Street, welcome back. What I don't understand is if Hunter was meeting a parole officer, why was he doing all that stuff? That doesn't make sense. That's so true. That is so true. Hold on just a minute. Hold on, you guys. Just give me 1 second. Thank you so much. All right, sorry about that, you guys. All right, I didn't know about that number 3. I've always heard that 3 a.m. is known as the devil's hour or witching hour. This is 3 p.m. in the afternoon that I'm talking about. So if he was drinking, wouldn't he fail a drug test from his PO? You would think so. You would think so. I agree, Nanorocks. You guys are right. You guys are totally right. If he was drinking, why? And if he's rocking uncontrollably in shock when he gets back, why would his PO not be like, what is going on here? Something's wrong with this. I know, Ash Cash, none of it makes sense. Maybe. Ash says exactly, that's what I'm thinking. I don't believe this probation officer was coming that day. Yeah, you've got a good point, but he still makes it clear here that it was 3:30 when he left the hill.
He's 17.
Did they? Yeah, I'm about to be 18.
They want to know if Candace and Don ever abused the children.
We were over there. I've never seen it. When we were over there, most of the time I've never seen them hit them. They put them in the corner, take away their electronics. That's not abuse. That's just regular grounding.
All right. What do you know? What do you know of any of the surrounding people around their house?
Their house. All I know is that there was what's it called? Some dude named Andy. That's all I know.
All right.
He worked at a mechanic shop and he sold weed. That's all I know.
All right.
So there's a guy named Andy that worked at a mechanic shop that sold weed, and that's all he knows. That fits Andy Bernard, right? That legitimately is what Andy does, right? Works in yeah. As far as I know. Tony says, my relative, when on probation, had never been warned ahead of time about tests. They do it randomly, and I grew up in Tennessee. I find his statements a lie, but his area may be different. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, lovely. Ivy's mom says that was a lie. All of you are I think your intuition is like, red flags, red flags. He is lying, he is lying. But why is he changing his story? He is not telling the truth, says Carolyn. Look at the body language. He is lying, says Lainey. I mean, I feel you're right. More shifty than a removal. More shifty than a removal van. What? I've never heard that in my life. That's funny. Made me cry laugh. I don't believe he was home all day on the 15th. Or I believe Don was home all day on the 15th. I read it wrong. Okay. I get you, Lolo. Yes, Lolo, I agree. I think Hunter knows a lot more than he's been telling us.
Question, was Candace on the phone with anybody else other than Don that day?
Some dude.
Huh?
She was on the phone with Don with some dude.
So
that I guess was just some random dude was walking around her house.
Alright, so some random fuck stick that was hanging around the property.
Yeah, he was just letting her know that he kicked her off. They kicked him off the property.
Alright. Was that the Andy that texted it's done also was on the property touching children?
Yeah. I don't know about touching kids on the property. I've never seen it.
But you know about that text, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he did say that the boys were with Don that day.
Was Summer asleep when the... Whoa, hold on.
They want to know if was Summer asleep when you got dropped off.
Yeah.
Was she sleeping on you?
Nah.
Was she asleep?
I didn't even see her asleep. I just got out the car because she wanted to talk to her.
Okay. Got it.
About that thing for that Friday, the water park.
Okay, I'm
Got
going to
it.
stop it right
But where's
here.
Summer?
She was still in the middle.
I know it's about listening to what Hunter says, but when Hunter answers the question, and keep in mind, Allie, his mother, that's in the pink or purple there, who has passed away, God rest her soul. Okay. She had already established a lie, because she later told us it was a lie. That she had established at the point of this, at the time that this is being recorded, she had established a lie that she was like tethered to. And that was that she had approached the vehicle and tried to get a good view of Summer, who appeared to be asleep in the back seat. She even said she wanted to give her a hug and a kiss, and Candace is like, no, leave her alone, she's sleeping. Now, Hunter's being asked by Chris McDonough if Hunter thinks that Summer was actually asleep when he got out of the car. Hunter's about to contradict Allie and say no, that Summer appeared to be awake, right? So I want you to actually, even though you're listening to Hunter, remember you've heard this interview 1 million gazillion times, and I want you to look at that. I want you to look at Allie and how bizarre she acts. She actually whips the pen down on the table, which appears to be pissed off, trying to send a signal to Hunter to shut up. And then she does a whole bunch of distracting, really goofy crap, because you can tell her body language is that she's trying to get the attention from Hunter, in a sense, that she's uncomfortable with the way this answering's going. That's what I believe. Her body language, and I'm not a body language expert, I guess, but her body language in common sense terms is trying to get attention. Like, look at me, I'm not happy. Kind of like if you're sitting with somebody that's like contradicting you, and you're like, you know, trying to get them to like see you for what you are and be like, you know, she's like grabbing things off the table, and she's like, now think about it. Whatever's on this table in front of them, they're sitting on the porch, obviously was brought out just a few minutes before they got all together to sit down. So there shouldn't be anything really disgusting on the table that makes Allie go, and get it all over her hands, and oh my God, I gotta wash my hands off, and basically having this distraction going on. There's something all about the way Allie is acting in this shot. So I'm gonna switch it over. We're gonna back it up a little bit. Let's see about, we'll go here.
No, was Summer asleep when you got dropped off?
Yeah.
Was she sleeping on you?
Nah,
Was she asleep?
I didn't even see her asleep. I just got out the car because she wanted to talk to her
Okay. Got it.
about that thing for that Friday, the water park.
Got it. But where's Summer?
She was still in the middle. I wasn't really paying attention to her, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
Is that thing?
Okay, that's cool.
I wasn't even paying attention at that point. I just wanted to go inside. Or just wanted my girl to come in.
Right.
Sure.
Why did your grandma say you were distraught and rocking back and forth at the camp? Swimming. Y'all ever get like quakes from like drinking too much?
Oh,
That's what it is.
Okay, wait. So did you see the way Allie acted? She's like whips the pen down, and it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Nikki K says, yes, good vibes. They was giving signs to each other when Chris was talking to them. All in your opinion. I agree with you totally, Nikki. That's what I was saying. It was like Allie was like, right? Lurking Brave says it's very strange. Hunter's mom and grandma died the exact same way. Did Grandma Bun die? I didn't know that. Yeah, it's very weird. K-Town, how you doing, lovely? The milk jug picture is not from the day, in my opinion. I seen a panel way back when this first started. Marlena said she took that picture video in the beginning of May. I can't remember who's on panel. she was on. That could explain why it not sound like grandma. That could explain why it sounds like someone else. Maybe that's Marlena's voice. I've never heard Marlena's voice. All are dark, poor. Aw. It is frustrating. Good vibes. It is. It is. It is. That's what I thought. Calga says that isn't Hunter's grandma. Leslie was a friend of his mom's, Allie. They worked together, and I'm not sure how Leslie died. They did die at around the same time, and I'm not sure if they both died the same way. Yes. Yes, Boogie. That's what I mean. She was shaking her head. She was like, I think she was getting ticked off. I know, right? Who lays on cold milk jugs, Jennifer's asking. Yeah, it didn't sound like grandma to me either. I wonder if that's Marlena. Maybe that was recorded like on May 1st. Truly, Love and Light's like Hunter was giving gang signs at the water there at the horse pond. No, it was Leslie. I've seen the eulogy, or not eulogy, obituary. Hey, Love and Light, good to see you all. Yep, Leslie was a nurse. Leslie's last name was Hill, Hill. You know, like Fred Hill, Ben Hill, Van Hill, Paul Hill, and all of them. Oh, I don't know, like Randy Hill, Freddie Hill. Marlena was a regular on PG's. Y'all, did you see that PG the other night? I was watching PG, Prayer Gardens channel, and this woman was acting so much like Candace. I mean, it was uncanny. Ah, my son.
Sorry, guys, to interrupt your so important stream. I had to visit this person.
Love you, honey.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too. Stay warm, Quentin. Okay. Where were we? I kind of forgot where we were. Oh, PG. Right. So somebody was in the chat. They were acting like Candace. It was uncanny. And so then they named themselves something else, and they went up behind the back panel, and then they were all about, you know, Candace being innocent, Don being innocent, all that. You could see Don Wells in chat, and he was like, you women are all playing games. I think he was drinking. I don't know for sure. But then Mary, Don's sister, came on. Now she has a cooking channel, but she was talking to PG, and it was really interesting because PG was talking about the Christmas gathering for the missing exploded children's tree that Jinkies has up. And thank you, Jinkies, for being such a real person. Anyway, Jenkins Rumors is a channel as well, and Jenkins was did this whole thing with the Christmas party. Well, come to find out, it's been cleared up that Donnie didn't rip up any missing posters at that party at all. But he did have a moment with Nana, who does hang up posters all over Ben Hill, Van Hill, wherever. She hangs up all kinds of pictures of Summer missing posters, spreading awareness. She doesn't have a channel. She don't care for social media, from my understanding. She does it because she wants to do good. She wants Summer found. So she had been noticing, and a lot of people have been noticing, that Summer Wells posters in the area, including at the bottom of Ben Hill Road there, at the driveway of Don and Candace, where they had this homemade memorial, were being ripped down, and even the memorial kind of like trashed a little bit, right? So come to find out, Don Wells confronts Nana and says, are you the one hanging up all them posters? So then Nana knows who's been ripping them down, right? So over on PG's channel, it's very late at night. Like I said, I got that rolling in the background while I'm packing orders at night, because store's doing really good. So I'm staying busy, but I'm also listening to cases in the background. And PG comes on, Prayer Garden, and yeah, go give her love and sign up to her channel, sub, right? As well as Jenkins Rumors. But she makes this allegation that, okay, hold on. Don might be ripping up posters, and she agrees he's ripping up posters out there now. But Prayer Garden alleged that Donnie was burning stacks of Summer's missing posters in the very beginning. And so everybody's like, what? She's like, no, it's true. Like, they were burning things, and then Donnie was also burning stacks of the missing posters. And I was thinking, well, yeah, they would have been given stacks of Summer missing posters, but they weren't hanging not one up. So that's probably very true. But then Mary, Donnie's sister, came on, and she said, I actually have a video of Don Wells destroying stacks of Summer Wells missing posters in the beginning. Or not a video. Either a video or the voice of Donnie saying it. She had proof. She had proof that Donnie was destroying posters in the beginning, that what Prayer Garden is saying is true. It's blowing my mind. Pink Sleuth, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Aw, thank you, Pink. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, too. God bless you. Oh, good question. You want to know why they just didn't let Summer lay down if she's really sleeping? Why the milk? Unless you're trying to stow the death process. Or somebody could have been in the back seat and they didn't want to move her because the person got out. I don't know. It's weird. Lurking Brave says the bench was moved some and the gate on the driveway has been torn down. Melinda Buchanan, this woman is lying. I want her to show the receipts, not videos. Receipts of everything you say. Well, Melinda, you need to go do your own research. I'm not going to do it for you. Everything I share here is my opinion. So, it's obvious DW is no longer sober. Could be, could be. I have heard that high-profile missing kids are more in danger of kidnapped. I don't know. Or trafficked, right? All right. Let's continue and hear what Hunter has to say.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He doesn't remember. Just because you don't drink it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't really do like that. I don't drink no more. People try to be like, oh.
People are also wondering, what do you think happened to Summer?
To be honest, what I think is, like, they said there was some dude walking around the property. I think that she went off wandering and just got snatched up.
Shit.
So in Hunter's theory, she went off wandering and got snatched up. Now, he also got asked if Summer had a tendency to leave the property, and he does say that she went in the woods quite often with her brothers. So that kind of makes me wonder about the footprints. It just does. All right, let's listen to what this has.
Do you think you might have had a heat stroke in the car?
No, it wasn't even hot.
No?
It wasn't even that hot. They had an AC on.
All right. Was Don home when he called Candace?
I mean, that's pretty obvious if he threw someone off the property.
All right, so he wasn't at work that day?
No, he did go to work.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. So you said he was at work, but he was also home at the time dude got kicked off property that day?
Yeah, he was at the house. But that was
Okay,
like,
hold on. He was definitely at the house.
like before they would drop me off. So that's like later in the day.
So that was after you got dropped off?
No, that's why I was getting dropped off.
Oh, all right. So.
Okay, he did not, I have to make a correction. He did not say it is why I got dropped off. He says it was while I was getting dropped off. So I said that wrong. But he claims that Donnie was home by 3:30.
You might have had a heat stroke in the car.
No, it wasn't even hot.
No.
It wasn't even that hot. They had an AC on.
All right.
Okay, let's just break this down for a minute. If Hunter is alleging that he didn't leave there until 3:30, he also alleges Dawn was home. That's when the phones all get erased. That's when the tree trimmers all leave. Is that when this went down, is right around that 3:30 mark? Now, something that's really bothered me. So, Candace, Grandis, her vehicle got used that day. But then later, her bumper gets replaced and her vehicle gets sold down the road after a few months. What's interesting is they didn't bring in cadaver dogs right that day that Summer went missing. What I would like to know is when Grandma Candace left that hill, it was early, like Summer had barely been missing, and Grandma left and came up here by me in Wisconsin, not by my house, but near my home, not that far from me. Grantsburg is a little town, all right? So that's where she's originally from, is Grantsburg. Did Grandma leave the hill with her vehicle before the cadaver dogs got to Ben Hill Road to search for Summer? I need to understand the timeline. So if any of you have anything that relates to the time that Grandma left, the very first time that Grandma left the hill after Summer went missing, I need that very initial date that she left, because she would have taken her vehicle. Now, then I need to understand the very first time that cadaver dogs searched on Ben Hill Road on 110. Because here's why. If Hunter was at that property on Ben Hill Road, they let the kid drink. They are letting the kid vape or smoke, whatever you want to call it. The kid has a PO. Do you think they would allow him to drive? Do you think Candace would have allowed him to drive a vehicle? And if they were driving Grandma's truck, and then you have Donnie saying we weren't even 30 feet from her, and he didn't say yards, he said feet. We weren't even 30 feet from her. He's allegedly there, according to Hunter, right? Hunter's saying that he left at 3:30. Dawn's probably home. And you have Candace suggesting that the one thing she regrets the most is allowing Summer to play behind the truck. Was she talking about Grandma's truck? Was Summer playing behind Grandma's truck, and did Hunter back over or back into her? And then did Donnie grab the red car instead of his work truck, put Summer in the vehicle, and book himself back to Bailington, and on his way through Van Hill, maybe discard something and then go back to Bailington, so that at 5 o'clock his boss is like, what are you doing here in a red car? Oh, I just, had to come in, do a little drywall with my red car, I pay for it, so I thought I'd drive it. Something's up here with the timeline around 3:30. I don't know what you guys think of my theory, but I'm just wondering, why would, it's almost as if Hunter, because he doesn't deny he was rocking and uncontrollable shaking. That's trauma, I would imagine. Like something you can't help. Something you can't shake off. It just really, 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 really makes me wonder. Calgal says, I've seen hundreds of bodies and sat with patients while they passed. In my opinion, Summer is just peaceful, sleeping in that photo. She was extra fair-skinned, so the color of her eyelids, etc., is normal in your opinion. Thank you, cowgirl. Cowgal. Sorry. Shorty Small, I believe it was about 2 months before Candace left for good. We'll have to find out when the dogs came in. And we need something that we can show, like hard copy, right? Considering he was just in jail for stealing a vehicle, it makes sense. Right? I've heard that too, Lurking. I've heard that too. That is true. Candace admitted to Chris McDonough, and you can go back and watch it. It's at the horse pond, right? Thank you, cowgirl. At the swimming hole, that she had a second phone that the police didn't have. She said she hadn't done nothing with it yet, right? To get out of the blue truck. That would be wild. That would be wild. Who would know to erase the phones? You've always found what suspicious? I missed something. I don't believe the doctor appointment on Hunter. I just don't, because how are you going to do a doctor? Okay, if you got home at 2:30, you're going to pee in a cup for your probationary office. You've got a doctor's appointment to get to. You're going to go to the park with your friend and the girlfriend and her mother and all these people. You're going to be talking to TBI. You can't do all that in such a short amount of time. So something has to give. Something has to give. I don't think it was a doctor appointment. I don't think it was any of that shit. I think that Hunter was rocking back and forth in his room and acting like something bad had happened. I believe that. Because all of them say it. Allie says it, the grandma says it, and Hunter never denies it. He just tries to excuse that behavior. Isn't that true? They all lie, so how do you believe anything? Why wouldn't she allow him to drive? Right? I mean, she ain't following any other rules. She's not keeping him from drinking or smoking or any of that. Probably pills too, who knows? Candace, grandma, her bumper did have to be fixed. And she left there right away. Was she worried they were bringing cadaver dogs? That's what I want to know. If she got that vehicle out of there before those cadaver dogs came, you feel me? That could explain a lot of this weird behavior from Hunter. Do you think they took Summer to North Carolina? I don't know. It was said Candace let Hunter drive on their land, but allegedly. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It kind of triggered that thought when they were interviewing Don later in the case, and he said, if anything, Candace just made a bad choice in friends. Wonder if he was referring to Hunter. You know what's weird? If Hunter would have done something like that. I want you to follow this close. Allie, his mother. I should keep my notes handy. I gotta see if I got any more on there. Allie, his mother's best friend, was Leslie Hill. If Leslie Hill is related to the Hills, keep in mind, she said Hunter and all of Allie's kids were as good as her own, meaning that she would do anything for them. Could there have been some cover-up by the Hills to protect Hunter? Dogs came, but were they cadaver dogs? That's what I'm looking for. And it's not an answer I need posted in your opinion. That's something I'm saying. If you find an article, the date grandma left or the date that the cadaver dogs were used, please email me at rubberducky2005@yahoo.com so I have the hard copy. I'm not asking for an opinion and a thought, and some dogs came. I'm talking cadaver dogs. I'm talking actual cadaver dogs. And that's what I need. But thank you for trying. Yeah, they did say Grandma was at the swimming hole. I don't buy it. I think Grandma was sleeping. But they do say she was adding messages or minutes to her phone. Right, Ash Cash. That doesn't make sense, does it? Nobody's going to drink alcohol right before they have to have a rug test. Yep, she had a bad knee. Grandma had a bad knee. Yeah, and then, yeah, Nikki, I know, right? Candace doing the little, waddle down there. Don says he'd get 25 years if he gets another felony. He also said he has 7 alibis and Candace has none. They say a lot of stuff. But that's what I'm really wondering. Lurkin says, I find it damn strange. Candace is more upset about her sons being taken than Summer missing. Jamie Brown, hello, lovely. Some lady called Dolly Vision a few weeks ago. Oh, I thought, you know what I thought? Is that she thought Dolly was a female. Some lady phoned Dolly Vision, not called a lady, called Dolly Vision. You get it. Either get it or you don't, then you're going to crack up if you do. Some lady called Dolly Vision a few weeks ago saying she got an email from Hunter's girlfriend stating Hunter told her that he accidentally backed over Summer. For real? Why would Hunter put that in writing? I'd have to see it. Thank you, Jamie Brown, for sharing that, honey. Allie had a CPS case going with a gag order. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall as to what that said. That is true. There was. Legitimately, that. That's what you thought too? I'm not alone. I'm like, Dolly is not a lady. And that was funny. Was Candace, I'm sorry for laughing because now I'm going on to something serious, but I'm still tickled. Oh, I read it totally wrong. I'm like, Dolly is not a lady. Jenna says, wasn't Candace jealous of Summer because she was getting Don's attention? A lot of people agree with that. True, Tiger. Tiger Feet says, go back to the very beginning for the truth. I believe you on that. Mary Millen says Hunter also lied about his ex-girlfriend having twins. Truth. Vicky Stevenson says, and I think Hunter was arguing with Allie, his mother, when she got hurt. I think he probably shoved her down and hurt her and caused problems with her. Could be. I mean, I find it strange when a child calls their mother or their father by their first names. I think I would feel total disrespected. I definitely would not like it. I don't want my children calling me by my first name. I'm mama or mom or mother or something. But my first name and my kids, that's weird. Right, Tiger Feet. I agree with you on that. They do need to be interviewed again. Let's go back and listen to this now.
Was Don home when he called Candace?
I mean, that's pretty obvious if he threw someone off the property.
All right, so he wasn't at work that day?
No, he did go to work.
Oh boy. So you said he was at work, but he was also home at the time dude got kicked off property that day?
Yeah, he was at the house. But that was like before they would drop me off, so that's like later in the day.
So that was after you got dropped off?
No, that's why I was getting dropped off.
Oh, all right. So
That is just so... Oh no, yeah. Elizabeth says, although when Hunter was being asked about whether Summer was sleeping, he covered his whole head. What did I drop? My pen! Hold on, y'all. I gotta get my pen, or the dogs will get it and chew it up. Hold on. Got it. He covered his whole head with his hands, very anxious head and face touching, exaggerated, exaggerated uppending of his drink can. I get you. He did look exasperated, right? Yeah, it lines up with the call, Kelly. Yep, it sure does. Fred Hill, you know, it's sad that as soon as I see like someone tell me that Hunter said it or Fred Hill said it or Jody Sue said it or Dawn or Candace, I'm all like, well, then it's probably a lie. That's what goes through my head. But anyway, Teresa Lovely says, Fred Hill said he saw Dawn with the boys at 9:30. That could be. Kylie says, I've had this feeling that Summer is not Dawn's child. I see baby pics of Summer. She had ginger hair like Andy B. Looks a lot like him in your opinion. Interesting. Yee. Anybody touching Candace that way makes me ill. Della, how are you, lovely? They all would be in trouble. That's why we got so involved in Summer's case. 3:30, y'all. It all changes at 3:30. 3:09, we have the picture. They're a few minutes away from home. I wonder what it'd be like if we took out the swimming hole video and we took out the milk video. Those never came from TBI. Those came from Candace. We've all just assumed because they told us that those videos happened that day, that it happened that day. I wonder what really happened that day and why 3:30 is so important in the Summer Wells case. Remember, Ronnie Lawson was asking his friend that was friends with him and worked with him for 27 years. She retired. She started getting online, really getting into Summer Wells' case. And Ronnie said to her, you want to do some good for Summer? Ask them YouTubers to ask Candace where the missing 3 or 4 hours were. So if we go from 6:30 approximately when Candace called 911, that would put us 3 hours at 3:30. Another hour before that at 2:30. I think there's a key there, and I think Hunter is being legit. I do think he was at that house and left around 3:30. I've always thought that. And this is just hearing him say that he was there at 3:30 and adamant about it. I think he is, for the first time, being honest that he was there at 3:30. He runs with scissors. So glad you got alive. I am too. I'm glad you got alive. FBI says 3 is the number, the liar's number. Oh, could be. Well, you're right, Kylie. It's very hard not to judge Candace because Summer went missing on her watch. Remember, even the 911 call says that she wasn't home when Summer went missing. So who was with Summer? Was it Donnie? Betcha. Yeah. No, that's not even flower planting. That's cactus planting. What 5-year-old is going to be planting cactuses? That's like giving a cactus to a kitten for a toy. You think Fred is also coming for a big surprise, in your opinion, and his wife, in your opinion? Poor Ziggy, right? She put herself right in the thick of the soup. Kelly, was the whole day taking Grandma a roost to go out super early? Was Grandma ever with them? Do videos show her or just C and H? Yeah, we never have proof that Grandma went out that entire day, other than I would guess that there would be proof with TBI if they went to the hospital and the pharmacy, right? That would be federally, because it was a medication that was being tracked through the pharmacy. They would have timestamps on when that got picked up, but other than that, you're right, we don't. Grandma could have been at that trailer sleeping away the whole damn day other than to get the meds. And was she present when they went through to get the meds? Or did she just go in early in the morning? Because I go pick up my son's meds without my son all the time because he's at work. Makes you wonder on that. Teresa Grandma said Summer went swimming at the horse pond, or she thinks that. Right, she would know that if she was with them. Truly. The scream was allegedly around 4:15-ish, if we're to go with what they've said. Yeah, Grandis was never seen by anybody. The only thing we would have is that TBI would know if she went to the ER or not, right? So many people talking about the Ellie needs to find the weak link. The more people know, the more the inconsistencies, like the game operator. It is a mess, Lainey. It is a mess. This case is like Delphi, where their families become the spokesman. I still believe Ron Logan was totally involved, even though he's passed away. Still believe that Ron Logan was one of many that were involved in that scenario with Abby and Libby. Yeah, I have no idea why they would take Grandis to the horse pond, especially with that bad knee, right? Teresa says, I do think Grandma went to the hospital and got meds to sedate Summer. Don't forget, CPS was coming to check Summer. We don't know for sure on that. That's always come from Dawn. And who knows what we can actually trust from Dawn. Kylie says, give me a minute. I have a video of Grandis admitting there was no doctor or pharmacy. Let me grab the link. Okay. You can email it to me, honey. We're going to jump off here. And I don't want to keep you all day. But I do want to say thank you for joining me so very much. But Hunter is saying he was there at 3:30. Where? The Hill? Most likely, right? Otherwise, how would he know for sure that Dawn was there at 3:30? And it does leave the question, did somehow Hunter do something like back up the car, back up Grandma's truck or something? I mean, why did Grandis have to replace her bumper? Why did Grandis take off to Wisconsin and get the hell out of Dodge with her truck? Why was Hunter shaking like a leaf and not responding to anybody, almost like you know, almost like in shock on the day that Summer went missing. It just doesn't bode well with me. Say a prayer for little Summer, and that we get the truth, that it comes full circle back. I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. I'm about to cough, so I'm going to make it real quick. Bye for now.